Good morning, YouTube. So, last video I didn't make an outro, which I should have done, totally forgot to do. But I'm also going to explain, in this video, it's basically part 2 of, let's say, Sunday Racing is what I named it. But I'm going to change the name of that to, say, like, Sunday Racing and Complications and whatnot, something different. But this is basically the opening to part 2 of Sunday Racing video. So, if you watch that one, the way I just ended, now this one will explain a lot more. So I basically got the wire harness done. Got that all covered back up. But I was going to start working on the exhaust. Looking decent until I started actually taking a look at it. The welds broke right here, which is kind of shitty, but I was going to obviously fix all this, cut it down a little bit shorter so I can put it all on new area, but yeah, that's not good. So I didn't film much of it, but I got the wire harness back on. I got that all sorted out. Got the wiring done for that. Got that all ready to go. Radio's back on. What else? Still waiting on some parts, sadly, but next is the exhaust. I kind of want to fix this too, because right here, I don't know if you see it, there's a big slice in it. So I got to weld that, completely fix this, and then I got to do the muffler. So here's the muffler. So basically I cut off, let's say, the actual shield. I cut off, maybe I think it was an inch because how bad it was up here. But this thing is so, it's like featherweight, which is crazy. And it's carbon fiber, carbon graphite, so it don't heat up at all, which is nice. But I got to put the screen back on. I also cut an inch off this, so it's matching. But then I can't really address this because I don't have a TIG welder. But it's not bad. The other one I have is completely mangled. But I'm gonna drill some holes, make sure everything matches up. Put some new packing in there because the packing in there was where is it? Right here. It wasn't bad on this end, but this end was pretty much blown apart. So I'll put all new packing in it, and then we should be good to go. So I got my exhaust stuff ready to go. I got packing. I've had this stuff for many years. Never ended up thinking I was gonna use it, but got that, my exhaust, got the metal mesh that this doesn't even need to be put back on, honestly, but I think I'm just gonna put it back on anyways. Got my tube, everything else ripped done. So I got the end in. It took a little bit. I wasn't gonna record it because it was gonna take me a while, but fresh packing is in. Now let's get the rest of it on. I gotta get this side on. I can take some measurements on all these holes because, yeah, they're not gonna be exactly, but we'll see what happens. Muffler is all good to go. And as you remember, this thing had a lot of play in it. I don't know if I can show you now, but it don't have any play now. Still got that tear there in the welds, but that shouldn't be a huge issue. But that's done. And another thing I need to address is this clamp. So this clamp, obviously, if I put it on the exhaust right now, see if I can do it. Like, even with the butt all the way, there's still a lot of play in it. So what I done for temporary was just take one of these band clamps, cut it down, and put it between it. But then I decided I got plastic here, which is actually not bad because this is like carbon graphite, carbon fiber. It won't heat up at all. I put my hand on it during like summertime, wintertime, don't heat up at all. So this will take up that gap as well as close the gap so it'll be nice and tight and not have any wiggle room. And then the blue matches, so it looks good. So I had the oil come in, and I had my air filter come in. Sadly, the clutch ain't here yet, but definitely went with this design, or this filter to say, because it's basically dual stage. It's foam, it's going to be better anyway. It's got K&Ns, they kind of suck. But always go with Maxima Premium Oil, 1040 W8. That's what I always use. Don't use anything else. So I got the muffler back on, got the airbags back on, the new air filter in. Damn, that look good. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to run the airbox lid. I want to see if I can get more horsepower this time, or even see if the Jenny's correct, because it does all right, but on what do you call it, deceleration backfires quite a bit. But again, if I keep this open, gain a little bit more air in. I think it's actually jetted for more air right now, but we will see. Oh, the new clutch finally came in. So what I bought here was a Mac Daddy Racing, or at least this is where I get them from. The second time I bought this one, because the last one lasted, I think it was like 3.5, 4 years. But you come with all your fibers, 6 springs, we only need 5 is Raptor, and they get your metal plates. So what I'm going to do is take these, soak them. I don't know how long I'm going to soak them for, but a little while, at least in the fresh oil that I have, and then start installing them. Then I also figured while I was here, I can compare the new with old. So here's the old, minus this plate itself, because I don't get burned, but the plates themselves, the metal plates don't look too bad. But the fibers themselves, so you can definitely see a difference. Yeah, so definitely need to be replaced. So for today's agenda, I've got my foot pegs here. They actually came off the Nerf bars. But I'm deleting the Nerf bars because, again, ice racing, I want to kind of lighten this thing up a little bit anyways. But use these. I've got these collars. These came out of, I think, a player's Predator 500. Upper A-arms, lower A-arms, whatever. Back then, so I'm going to use those. But this is actually the end result. It came up, they're going to come up pretty nice, but I'm trying to make it a really snug fit. As you can tell, it's pretty tight. And I got this piece of bar here. This is, I think, 1.25 inch outer diameter. I think it's, oh, I don't even know, inner diameter, but it fits over the actual foot peg. And what I'm going to do is do the same thing they did, was kind of just weld them, except for I'm going to kind of bevel inside here, so it kind of sits inside here, and I can actually weld it. But then I got to cut it to length, drill a hole through, and I should have my foot pegs back on. And so with these collars, I don't have a vise right now, so all I do is just use a screw. It's a 3.5 inch screw. Washer, put it in, tighten it right across it. Now you take a measurement from back plate, or the 2x4, to here, which I think is like 1.75 inches. I can just grind it as I go around, nice and flush, even, and whatnot. And all I was going to do is take it, clean it up, deburr it, and it's good to go. So I got another one done, and I'll show you how precise they are, or at least I'm trying to do my best, but like, that's really good. It's probably the best work I've ever done, and it holds itself. That's what you want. You want a nice snug fit. So I got both these done, ready to go. Next thing I gotta do is I gotta get this completely cleaned up, polished or whatnot, and make sure this is perfectly flat. And I gotta see how long I want to make it. But another thing I need to do is because the only way the original Nerf bars actually had was bolts that went straight down through. So what I want to do is actually weld a washer on this side, so that way I have that. And over here on the actual peg, pretty dirty, but I'm gonna end up putting another washer on here, but a nut on the inside of that washer. That way I can put a bolt in here and then here, so it locks it completely in place. So I cleaned off the end, kind of gave it a little polish so it's down to bare metal. Found some nuts and bolts I want to use. These nuts have a little bit of place, so I can adjust it. These washers I gotta clean the actual coating off of anyways. Same with these ones. And these will weld directly on here, so I would pull in nice and tight. So I get this one kind of done. I'm gonna sand all this down, make it nice and smooth anyway, especially because it's a high spot. But just kind of give the idea that the peg, or let's say the piece is gonna slide over, cut the end. This is gonna be the end of it, and then bolt goes in. Like I said, that way it locks it in, and I can do the same thing with here, except for I'll drill a new hole back here. It's straight, and then boom. So I get that piece of pipe cut down, test it out, and it ain't fucking moving. I don't even have a bolt through it yet. But when I do, it'll actually lock in place so it can't twist too. So, but that's not bad. I just gotta get this welded, cleaned up, and then I can actually get those pegs, get those kind of going. Figure out how I'm gonna do that. So I got the peg on, got it all kind of set up, got these welded in. So for the last one, I might do a piece of angle iron to here, just kind of come up like a 90 degree and put under, and that'll actually hold it there. Not that these will go anywhere anyways, but nice and tight. And these things are super sharp. I mean, this is stainless steel, but I probably could sharpen it back up a little bit more if I wanted to. But then once I get all these all cleaned up, I'll get them painted, and then go from there. I don't know if I want them to be blue like this or orange to match. I might just do blue so it pops a little bit. That's the end result, at least for now. Still thinking of how I'm going to do this, even if I need to. I really don't need to, because like my foot's never out here. Stainless steel, it's very tight. But that's pretty decent. I mean, they both turn out pretty good. And also in a way I can just loosen this up, and they're slightly adjustable now. Because before they would kind of sit in place. But now I can kind of adjust them like 5 degrees or so, if I need to. But not bad. Well, they started messing up too, so I was getting kind of pissed off. But now I gotta take these off, clean them. Like I said, I don't really know if I think I need to do anything here. But it's also for ice racing only, so like comes spring or summer or whatnot, pull these off, put Nerf bars back on, put these back on the Nerf bars, and we're done. But those are the foot pegs for now. So yesterday I got a coat of primer on these. They came out pretty good. Made sure they're fully covered. Today's like 35 degrees, so I have to probably preheat these as it is. Then preheat my paint and keep this place nice and warm. So I got them painted. I went on nice and heavy, just so it's got that glossy look and whatnot. A little bit thicker is fine. But let these sit for a day or two, because obviously it's still pretty cold out as it is. It's maybe 35 today so far, but came out pretty good. So I've got everything set up ready to go. I'm gonna start installing my plates. So basically start with a fiber. Slide it in. And we'll go with your steel plate. I make sure they all, there's conspiracy theories of the same direction or whatnot. I just go the same direction. Only makes sense. And you got your thin fiber. You got your little metal spring here. It actually has a certain name, but I just don't remember what it's called. And then you just repeat the process, basically. Full fiber spring, full fiber spring, as in plate, I mean. It's very self-explanatory. No, not the heater. Then your last plate. And your last fiber is also basically I call it a half fiber. Should I get this all good to go? Oh, where is it? Right there. With Raptors, they do have a arrow for where the actual clutch, or that what you call it, pressure plate goes on. Which I think is cool and strange at the same time. I got all new springs. Usually I just start by hand because in case they do set across stage, you don't want to start using a drill or something, or even try to ream them in there, because the last thing you want is stripped out threads in your clutch basket. I don't feel like replacing that right now. Normally I do use a drill just because it goes by a lot faster. But this time I'm not going to use one. Just like that. It really don't take long at all, actually. I do try to center these up. Sometimes they just don't really center anyways. When I get to basically bottom out, just give them just a little torque. Nothing major until it comes time to actually torque them all down. And all I do is just give just a little torque, not a whole lot. So again, you don't want to strip them. You don't want to break off the actual clutch basket itself either. Just like that. Done. Put the cover back on. So she's all good to go now. Clutch feels really good. It's a lot tighter. It grabs a lot better. But she turned out pretty good. It's getting a little late, so I can't really run it too much. But got up to temp. Oil change is good, no leaks. Everything's running fine, just like it should. I'm actually very happy because now it's about maybe 10 pounds lighter. And then fresh clutch, fresh oil, new air filter. She gets up and goes really good now. So hopefully, maybe next weekend, depending on the weather, be back on the ice and then see how she handles. Because again, 10 pounds lighter is a big difference. And now the exhaust is better. Air filter's open, or open air box this time. So it should be a little bit better. But we'll see. And that is how she's looking final stage. Got all the clutch done. Fresh oil, air filter. Removed a bunch of weight. And I removed the lights, removed the Nerf bars, removed the tail light, rear brakes. Light bar I had up there and all that stuff. So about 10 pounds came off, which is, it makes a big difference. I also took the lowering kit off because it was a little too low, but hopefully next weekend we'll be back on the ice. So it is the next day. I let it sit overnight to make sure there's no fluids leaking anywhere, no oil, no coolant, no gas, whatever, just making sure. But today I'm going to get it warmed up, do some few pulls, and then kind of probably dial in the clutch a little bit, because it seems like it's almost like halfway pull out. I kind of want a little bit closer. So do a few pulls and see what happens. So that is the end of part 2, and that should actually be it for this, because right now it's running good, clutch is good, oil change is new, everything's good on it. So hopefully Sunday it continues to get colder, so we can actually go on ice racing again, because this whole week's been in the 40s. So I don't know how much ice we even have where we go ice racing, but till next time.